Ladies and gentlemen, what we've all been waiting for. What we've all been here, just on the edge of our seats, waiting for. We got Miah back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
After
Yes, sir.
losing so tragically. After weeping. So, I want to just first of all say my condolences to the fan base. I'm not gonna sit here and ridicule, okay? That's not what I'm here to do, because I'm not that type of person. I'm not gonna sit here and make fun of you. I'm not gonna bring up the fact that you ducked to get there and still lost. I'm not gonna bring up the fact that any other facts, really. I'm just gonna go straight ahead and say my condolences to you, and your fellow fans and team, and maybe next year is your year, maybe, possibly, didn't say that with a straight face. I'll try again next time, but I just want to let you know that I'm not going to we may be more on the same page this video than you think. But since this is an exclusive scoop, Miah hasn't talked basketball in a week because he was just sick, crying, throwing up about this loss. And so I happened to get him on for an exclusive scoop. So how do you feel about, the Clippers loss and everything? I know you haven't spoken out, so I'm giving you a chance to just,
I'll put it to you like this. It's like a two-part answer. Like, I'm upset about the loss wholeheartedly, but then in the back of my mind, I gotta remember that we didn't have our best player. So I'm upset about the loss, yes, but I do gotta remember that we didn't have our best player. So there was a ceiling eventually, but I still feel as though this is gonna sound so messed up, but if Kawhi was playing instead of Paul George, we win that series, and it's not even close. But that's just me.
Hot take from Miah: if Kawhi was playing and not Paul George.
And that's not a knock on PG neither.
It's a knock. It's definitely a knock. You have literally just done this. You did this.
It's not a knock. It's just like he's our best player. It is what it is.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, I know you were like the emotions were high.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have questions about how you can go from crying to yelling in the span of 0.2 seconds. Can you take me through the emotions of Miah?
During the game, like during that whole.
Yeah, because let's be honest, you've done it like 3 times now. You know what I mean? 3-4 times, and it's like every time it's like you're sobbing, and you like we get to crying too because it's like so sad, it's heart wrenching, and then you yank us right out of there, and now you're yelling and threatening to fight players. And I'm just like, dang, because we were just crying like it was a funeral like 2 seconds ago. So how did we get to like full on anger, ready to box? So where does that come from? Like, where do we go from there?
Funny story. Throughout that whole game, I was okay. I'll tell you where the emotions got the best of me. My girlfriend called me. She's like, damn, yo, like y'all got PG got to do something. Like y'all about to lose. Like, and when she said y'all about to lose, I'm sitting there like, yo, we about to lose. Like, so I'm like, I'll call you back. So I'm watching the game, and then like throughout that whole game, I said it in my video. In my opinion, the best player on the floor that game was Marcus Morris. I mean, he came to play, and when I seen him playing out there, just putting his heart out there, and I seen Keith in the crowd clapping him on, and I'm like, yo, like Marcus Morris came to hoop. This loss ain't on him. You know what I mean? Like, we just need one more. We need somebody else to just come for the ride. You know what I mean? If we would have had Reggie go out there and maybe have a game of his life like Terrence Mann did, or if PG would have had another crazy game, we win that game. There's no doubt in my mind, because Marcus Morris, he was bad. He was robbing. He had like 25, 22, something like that. I mean, he was knocking down shots. And then when I seen him hit this 1-3, and I think it cut the lead down to possibly, I think it was maybe a 13 or something like that. And I was just like, yo, like, if we lose, we gonna fight. And I'm gonna ride with Marcus Morris. I'm gonna ride with Mook Morris, man. I'm gonna ride with him. And then That's when emotions took over. And then that's when the crying started. Now the anger started when I just started seeing the Suns player just like started laughing and walking to the bench and doing all that, because like I said before, they're not that good. I watched your video too. You were saying how you wouldn't go that far saying they're not that good, but you got to think about it. This game 6 was the only game that they ever blew us out that whole series. We outplayed them for the most part that whole series. It's just the small things that we didn't capitalize on. I guess you could say they did. You know what I mean? So I guess
then did you really outplay them?
Yes, we did. You know, and I think it was game 5. We outscored them 400 to 405. But we were game 5, yeah, because we were down 3-1. Yeah, game 5. We outplayed them the whole series.
There's no way you could have outplayed them the whole series if you lost it.
We did outplay. Everybody said it. We did outplay them the whole series. Yeah, we lost the series. I get that. But what I'm saying is it should have been a different series, is what I'm saying. But you know.
Not gonna push too hard because I know the wound is still fresh. But I mean, I'll agree with you. Just because, you know, first of all, seeing the people taunt, like I'm telling you, once it's you, it gets annoying. And it's like, dang, if you're always doing it, if, you know, this person was in, we would be winning. If this person, you know what I mean? And it gets annoying because you know good and well, like you could easily, you know, and I want to know what your opinion is on this.
Sorry to cut you off. Don't forget what you're about to say real quick. Go ahead. But let's get, you even have to admit, even though you're like, you're not going to say, I know you're not going to say it, but deep down in your heart, you know it's true. If we beat the Suns, we win the championship. That's a cold-hearted fact. There's no doubt in my mind that we lose the championship. Especially if we play the Bucks with no Giannis. There's no way we don't win. With
no Giannis, like
I'm just saying, like, that's where I guess more of my emotions came from. Because I'm like, we were so close that I tasted it. You know, we just had to get past this hurdle. You feel me?
Yeah. I guess. Now, I did tell you, and we're gonna have to revisit the bet. Okay, if y'all don't know, we made a bet because I was like, they're never gonna pass the second round. It was a like anomaly of the season. This never happens, never will happen again. And basically, I said I would wear a Clipper jersey. Oops. So I have to wear that, and I'm going back out to Cali. So I'm gonna literally just be able to buy it there, and like I'm gonna wear it out and everything. But did we not have something? Because you were so sure you're going to the finals. And I don't believe we had anything for if we made it to the finals. I know we had something. If you don't make it to the finals.
Yeah, I said if we won, you had to like take all your stuff down. I know if we got a second round, you had to wear the jersey. I know if we lost to the Jazz, I had to buy the Montrezl Harrell jersey and apologize to him on camera. But I think that was it, if I'm not mistaken. We can go back. I still got the video.
We're gonna check on that, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't want anybody to slide over here. Because we could have said something about not making the fight because you were very confident. But and I remember that briefly, but I didn't rewatch it before this, so I need to. But what I was gonna say was I want to see your opinion on this. Okay, as far as the injuries, like all the injuries that have been happening throughout the entire, literally almost every round of the playoffs in both sides, it's been like a star injured, which is insane. That doesn't usually happen, no matter what the fans like, you know, whatever, it doesn't happen. So in my opinion, like if the Suns win this, like how are you ranking this?
Putting into it?
Yeah.
Okay, see, here's the thing. I can't sit up here and say I can put an asterisk on or anything like that, because if it was the Clippers or if it was the Lakers or anybody like that, I would be like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, sorry, for example, say if you guys won, right? No AD, Brown won, and you know what I'm saying? They played somebody.
No AD, no. Act like we're fully healthy because the Suns are healthy.
Right. All right, so let's say y'all won, right?
Like against a string of injured teams. Yeah.
But see, it's gonna sound like I'm what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say contradicting myself or picking and choose here, but it's
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like if y'all won, it's like, but like they're playing a bunch of injured teams, but it's like they're the defending champs. You know what I mean? So it's not like even. I feel like there would, you know, like, you feel me?
Okay, so here's what I think, because I see what you're saying. Like if I were to win, I'd be happy about it. So I can't say that they shouldn't be, basically.
Yeah.
But I think if you're a fan that's rational, like you can sit, like for example, we won last year, right? And we fully healthy teams all the way up to the finals. And then one team got injured mid-finals, and then it's like they tore the entire credibility down. Everybody did.
But
Everybody
see,
did
I never
bubble
took
rings,
y'all
bubble.
because y'all were going to beat the Heat regardless if they were
Thank
healthy
you.
or not.
That's my point. That's why, to me, I don't even like to bring up that point with the, their brains aren't as big. So I don't want to even, because we know, everybody knows that, like, if you just put all the bias aside, but I don't like to do that because it's ifs and buts. So at the end of the day, what happened was they got injured. And so I'm like, at least we got there. We fought our way to the finals. We're at the top of the league the entire season. Like, to me, for them to crumble all that away because like a mid-finals injury in the finals, which is like inconsequential really, is crazy. But on this end, you see everybody like praising the Suns right now. Like they are like bowing down. It's like a heartwarming CP3 and CP3 is my guy. One of my favorite players, actually. I'm honest though. I'm honest. Like to me, if this was my team, I would be celebrating. Yes, I would be celebrating. I could still admit that we went through 3 back-to-back injury riddled teams. And in the finals, like we haven't played a healthy team yet. It's okay to say that, and it's okay to like, say, hey, I'm still happy for my win, but like I admit that we haven't played any full teams yet.
That's my issue because a lot of Suns fans were coming at me, but I'm like, no, y'all not realizing that you're not playing anybody healthy. You're not beating the Lakers. I give them a chance against the Nuggets, but I don't give them a chance against the Lakers or the Clippers. That's just my opinion. There's no way.
That's a fact.
DeAndre Ayton, they're praising him like he's the next Shaquille O'Neal, and AD was going to fry him the whole time. They really didn't have an answer for Paul George, just Paul George kept getting gassed. So if Kawhi and PG were there, they weren't going to do anything with them, especially the way Kawhi was playing. And Reggie Jackson came out of nowhere. So it's just like, there was no way they beat them. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. It's so great to hear this.
As good as basketball they were playing, there's just no way. They're not that good of a team. Like they'd have talent. You know what I mean? They have talent. Cam Johnson, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, they have talent, but they're not there yet. But that's why I think nobody's understanding it. And then a lot of these analysts are talking about D Book is the next Kobe. Let's be honest. Patrick Beverly would not bother Kobe at all. At all. Patrick Beverly bothered D Book. Period. So you feel what I'm saying? He's not the next Kobe. DeAndre Ayton is not the next Shaq. Congrats to CP3, whatever. That's cool. But it's like even this, it took you 3 consecutive injured teams to make the finals, and you're about to play another injured team in the finals.
And you ripping into him, and it's like I can't say that you're lying because you're telling the truth.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not trying to knock them, but it's like
you're allowed to say that, and I don't like how people say everything's hating. It's not. It's just truth, and everything you don't like doesn't mean it's hating, because if we were to really flip the tables, a lot of stuff, everyone's saying bubble ring last year, that's technically hating then. If we're saying that, what we're saying is hating. It's crazy.
And to get the Lakers credit, y'all played healthy teams throughout that whole bubble stretch. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's one thing that the Suns fans and Suns supporters are not understanding.
It's not even just Suns fans, it's just like Laker haters. It's other like people that don't like the Western Conference, and they, so then the Suns are coming up and they're like not new, but they haven't been anywhere in so long that they're like, they're like so happy that it's not someone like the top teams in the West, and so they're taking it out on us, and it's just like, come on, let's be honest here. Like they think it's, go ahead.
And you can even see and look at the Lakers series and then look at the Clippers series. If you look at that Lakers series, right, you really look at it closely, the Lakers were in it for the most part until Brown ran out of gas. Let's just keep it honest. Even in that last game, they were in it for most of the game. It's just Brown, where you could literally see Brown is like, coach, I got to get out. Like, I'm tired, bro. Like, I can't do anything else. The Suns are young. They got legs. Like, they can keep going. You look at this Clippers series, we ran out of gas. First of all, we lost. And another thing, people kept saying, but the Suns had Chris Paul injured. Chris Paul's injured. As good as Chris Paul is, what Chris Paul brings to the Suns is not near what Kawhi brings to the Clippers. Period. Point blank, end of discussion. Without our best player, we're missing 33 points and about 10 rebounds a game. With Chris Paul missing, you're missing about 10 points and 10 assists at best.
I mean, he does boost him in a lot of ways.
He does. He does. He does.
But I see what you're saying.
There's no equivalent. It's still like my friend was trying to tell me, bro, but Chris Paul was missing. I'm like, bro, they still had their best player at the end of the day. Their best player was playing. Chris Paul is not their best player. Their best player is Devin Booker. Now, Chris Paul is their most important player, but he's not their best player. And
I like that. And the thing is, too, like, he wasn't missing for that long. Like, did he even? Yeah.
He missed 2 games.
Yeah.
Now, granted, we didn't take advantage of that because, PG missed the free throws, you know what I'm saying? Now, that's one thing I don't give Paul George a pass for. Everybody's like, well, Paul George is tired. I don't give a damn, nigga. You on the free throw line, you got to breathe and shoot free throws, period. You got to
breathe. Just breathe.
That's it. You got to make them. So I don't give him a pass for that. But it's like you could tell in that game 6 that he just ran out of gas. I mean, the man played the most minutes. He had the most points scored in the playoffs. He led our team in rebounds, assists, everything. So it's just like, what else more can you do? And as good as a playoffs Reggie is, at the end of the day, Reggie was on the bench and almost had to leave for a reason. Period. So
we can't slander Paul George at all. As sad as that makes me, he really he played. So can't do that. But to me, this whole playoffs, like, I know y'all were in it, so you've been invested obviously this whole time. But I've been like out of it. I'm so sorry. Like I've been like, because everything has been injured. I'm like, what's the point? But I was kind of watching to see y'all like what y'all would do.
Right.
But after that, I was
and that's another point I want to make is like, I was streaming and I was telling my chat, like, I'm not watching the finals. They're like, wow. I was like, let's keep it a bean. Before the season started, there was only about 14 that people thought were really going to be in the finals. The Lakers, the Nets, the Clippers, maybe the Sixers or the Bucks. That's about it. Right? Okay. That's about it. So throughout this whole season, you're basically investing yourself like, oh, the Lakers, the Clippers, the Nets, one of these teams are going to be in the finals. Everybody's injured. Now you're stuck with the Suns and the Bucks.
Okay, and now I'll play devil's advocate because, some people, they're just a fan of good basketball, whatever, so they'll be tuning in. There's also people that, want to see other teams other than just the Lakers.
That's fine. That's cool, but I don't want to. I'm not.
You're not one of those people. Yeah.
Giannis is not even playing right now.
So just he's questionable now. He's questionable. I hope he does, and I hope. Okay, well, that's another question, but yeah, I hope in the finals. I don't think it'll be boring as far as basketball goes. Like if you just want to watch basketball, it's fine.
Right. This might be one of the best finals ever. I might, you know what I'm saying? It might be amazing. Game 7 down to the wire. Giannis CP3 hits a shot for his first championship. Boom. It might be one of the best, but I'm just like,
you're not invested.
Exactly. And I think because the playoffs had so many injuries, it took a toll on a lot of basketball fans mentally to where it's like, at this point, it's canceled the season.
It's no point.
Exactly.
Literally. And we said that from the beginning. Like there's certain teams like you guys, we had like a shorter off season too. Obviously we had the shortest, but y'all were what round? Oh, second round. But you know what I mean? Y'all had a short off season too. And it's like that stuff, all that factors into fatigue, to injuries and stuff. And so when you see teams that are like, oh, fresh and nice and good, not hurt, and all these teams are injured, it's like the season, like you gotta rethink the season. And then Bron said it too. I said it before, and everybody was looking at me sideways. Then Bron tweets it and we bowing down. Not the point, but all I'm saying is like we got to look at this season. Like to me, like the facts of the matter. Like you can call me a hater, I just couldn't care less. It's a fact. Like you're all looking at this playoffs, like dang. Almost everybody was injured. That's whack. I don't care how you put it. Most times it's like, okay, this player injured here, this player, and then some bench players or something. But it was like every series, it was stars out. That is whack, no matter how you slice it.
I mean, even you had Luka with a neck injury, Donovan Mitchell with an ankle injury, Kawhi Leonard knee, James Harden came back, and I mean, it looked like I was better than James Harden out there. I mean, he came on the court, and I'm just like, damn, because I think in the last game he scored like 23 points, and he was terrible. And then Kyrie was going. It was just like
Trae Young. When Trae Young got injured, I was like, come on, Giannis. I was like, come on. So now it's even in the East. Like, come on.
And this is my point, and this is why I'm saying next season, we're really going to see who the champion is. If everybody stays healthy, it's going to be a battle out there. I mean, but that's why I'm pointing. I keep telling people, the Suns will, I promise you, I'm willing to say this right now, the Suns will be in the play next year. I'm willing to mark that right now. They will not be a 6 seed. I promise you. They will not be a top 6 seed. Hot take by Miah. That there's no way. Because I just don't look at them and be like, if Clay comes back and he's even 80% of what he was, do I put them over the Warriors? No. Am I putting them over a healthy AD and LeBron? Hell no. Am I putting them over a healthy Kawhi and Paul George? No. The Jazz, if you want to argue it, maybe, but the Jazz are a regular season team, so I gotta put them over there. Nuggets.
Oh, okay.
So it's like then you're looking at Dallas. I mean, yeah, they could probably squeeze out over Dallas, so that puts them at 6 at best. You know what I'm saying? at
I
best.
like that math, man. I don't know. I mean, they were what, second seed this year?
They were second, yeah.
First, second.
But even then, they got hit with no COVID protocols. They were healthy all season. They were just they were available. And the best thing in the NBA is availability. Am I wrong? They were just available.
Man,
Them
I've
and
been
the
trying to
Jazz were
tell
both
people this
available.
whole time. I said that
So
same
it's just
thing.
like I just don't know if I like. And my friend keeps saying, "Bro, I keep hating on the Suns." I'm like, "Bro, they just have shown me nothing." I could be like, "Bro, the Suns are like that's the next dynasty." Like, you feel me? I
You
just
know,
haven't seen it.
I think what the disconnect is too, to be completely honest, what was your guys' like? I don't know if you remember the exact season series between y'all, but like
It was
for
2-1. We
two
beat
to
them
one.
twice. They beat us once. And the one time they beat us, Kawhi wasn't playing.
Yeah, I think ours was literally similar, but we were making them look like Lunchables out there. So
And
I
he was
think
killing them. I mean, destroying them.
it was like nothing. And I was like, dang, this is supposed to be the Suns. And so the disconnect for maybe our teams is like we're looking at them from a factual standpoint, like, oh, okay, we kind of ran through them. Like it wasn't tough. But for
Exactly.
other teams, it may have been tough. And a lot of Eastern
Right.
teams, it might have been tough for them. So then that's why they're looking at this, like, no, the Suns really are like built like that. And it's like to you know what I mean? But to our teams fully healthy, like it wasn't a problem, clearly,
You
because
want
we
to
can
know an
see the
interesting
facts.
stat? You want to know an interesting stat? I kept this in my head just in case somebody want to talk about this. You know what Paul George averaged against the Suns this regular season? This is a fact I'm about to spit out to you. When you hear it, you're gonna be like,
Wait. You kept this just for you?
because my friend he loves Devin Booker. You know,
Okay.
he thinks D Booker is better than Paul George, all that. But I kept this stat in my head because I need people to understand that Paul George literally single-handedly cooked them this whole regular season, and even these playoffs. It's just he got gassed out. But anyway, in the regular season, Paul George averaged 35 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists on 52% shooting. You can look it up. It's a fact.
What'd you
On
say?
Phoenix in the regular season.
Oh.
On Phoenix in the regular season. The Suns, they have no answer for people say, oh, they're such a great defensive team. No, they're not. They're not.
They were getting cooked. Well, by us and by y'all. So
They're thinking like Cameron Payne is just, oh, he's the best backup point guard in the league. He's not. He was out the league too. He was Westbrook's dance partner. He's not good. That's a fact. Dario Saric, he's just such a nice backup stretch big. He's okay. He's not that good.
I mean, yeah, on certain teams, these people will start to look, start to shine, and in certain games they pop out, and so people kind of give them a lot of credit. It happens all the time. But in general, I think we both know. And we're not going to be able to convince anybody because they're stuck on calling us haters. So it's written. But with that being said, with like knowing all this, how you feel, who do you want to win? I know you might not care, but like, okay, cool. Me too.
But I want to win bad too. I mean, bad. Like
me too.
Rang and sad. Chris Paul was one of my favorite players when I first became a Clipper fan because, of course, he was on the Clippers. But see, me and Chris Paul have a love-hate relationship because he had said a comment when he first went to Houston. He was like, the reason why he left LA is because, he felt like we weren't trying to compete with the Warriors. But then he goes to Houston and loses to them twice. But that's neither here nor there. But as good as he is and as amazing as it would be to see him win a ring, I just need people to realize that they are not that good. And I think that's what it is. And I want to see Giannis win one. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. I like Giannis as a person.
Me too.
As bad as Giannis shot is, he works. He's not like Ben Simmons. He works. So I want to see Giannis win one. So I'm rooting for the Bucks.
Okay, I said the same thing.
I'm rooting for the Bucks.
I think the same thing because he deserves one, and their franchise does because it's been desolate, obviously. And like he stayed with like the home. He didn't take some other offer. Like he stayed there, loyalty. Like I would like to see that. At the same time, it's a little bit of saltiness that like. I'll be honest. I don't care. Like I'll say it. I am salty that like they basically got on like a silver platter to the finals, all the way to the finals. We won off injuries in the finals. We got ourselves to the finals. They got like handed on a silver platter. So I'm salty about that. And so I don't want, number one, I don't want them thinking that, oh yeah, we won this, we hyped up over this like postseason.
And the difference, you could tell too, because when the Bucks won the conference finals, if you look at their locker room, they were relaxing. When the Suns were popping bottles, yo, we lit, like, you know what I mean?
I didn't want to say anything.
They acting like they want some. And then I swear in 2 weeks, if they don't have that trophy, I'm like, I told y'all. I
Yeah,
told you.
and it's gonna be like deserved. I hate to say it, but it's true. They're popping, they acting like they really have done something amazing or
And you didn't.
even like against the odds. But the odds have to be in your favor. Everybody's injured.
Exactly. And I'm letting you know this right now. If they lose to the Bucks with no Giannis, CP3's legacy is going to get in effect. That Devin Booker Kobe stuff is done.
Done.
That DeAndre Ayton to best center in the league, done. That Cameron Payne, done. Jay Crowder, done. They're done. Like they're done. Monty Williams, done. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, because they're gassing them. And
they better win this series. They
have to.
They better.
The way they've been acting in the fans, they have to.
I mean,
they've been getting hyped.
I thought Utah fans were bad. I mean, Utah fans are terrible, but I mean, I never wanted to see a team lose so bad, like in my life.
Look, I don't have any like actual hate towards. I gotta say it because for me, I don't really hate Suns fans like that because I feel like they're just excited and stuff like that. To me, it's on the players. Like you guys know better. Like for example, when you made like you're popping bottles and stuff, which is understandable, but then like
we didn't win anything.
The circumstances.
What did the man behind you say? The job not done. Like if the Clippers were to go win the Western Conference Finals and go pop bottles, I'd be like, this we gonna lose.
Y'all didn't do that?
No, we didn't do that. When we
I thought I saw. Finals,
no.
Oh, that was over. What's his name's big game? Okay.
Yeah, that was Terrence Mann's big game.
I was like, wait a minute.
Go to the finals, and we were popping bottles. Are we gonna lose? Because we didn't win anything. Job not done. We can say that. We still got a job to do.
Yeah,
we still got a job to do.
They might have cursed themselves with that. It's making you look bad because it's like you not only do you have to win, but like you're celebrating stepping on injured teams the whole way.
Exactly.
It can be hating all you want to, but it's facts. So I don't know. I think also like certain like ESPN things like they've been hyping like
I stopped watching them a long time ago. I'm gonna be honest.
No, like, I don't watch it either. I'll be honest.
Sure. I've checked out. First of all, if you peeps every series that first of all, let's talk about Shannon Sharp, right? He literally picked every team that the Clippers played against until we actually lost. He literally picked the Jazz. First, he picked the Jazz in 6. Then he picked the Jazz in 5, right? He picked first. It was Luka's better than Kawhi. Then it was Donovan Mitchell was better than Karl Malone. Then the Suns are better than the Clippers. It was just ridiculous. Stephen A. Smith was saying some outrageous stuff. I just literally do not. I don't like. They can't
said the same things
with that anymore. They can't.
I kind of said the same things, but I get it. I don't watch them just because I don't really watch too much like NBA media stuff because sometimes I'll just be bored. But I do see stuff that comes on my timeline, like Twitter or whatever, and I'm seeing a lot of people like really like overstate. Actually, I think I have it here, but they were like overselling like I think Chris Paul's impact and the coaching, and somebody tweeted it. Do I have it? Someone said Chris Paul played like trash 3 of the 4 games he played in the conference finals. Didn't play the first 2 games that Phoenix won, and the media is saying his run is one of the greatest playoff runs of all time. Lord have mercy, y'all. And I'm like, that's true.
His best game in the finals, he just had a good game at the right time. I ain't gonna lie. When's the next time we're gonna see Chris Paul hit 7 and 9 threes?
And it's like, okay, it feels like it's hating, but once you stop and look at the stats, you look at the facts, and you consider everything. I'm telling you, I go off of logic. Okay, you can feel this way, like, oh, but I feel like he doesn't want to ring and I feel bad. Like, I get it, but if you just look at the math, let's look at the numbers here. Like, they don't lie.
You know what's so crazy? I try not to be an analytics guy because I really don't believe in analytics too much. I'm an eye test type of person. But I mean, Chris Paul was playing terrible. I mean, him and D-Book played terrible.
It was I mean, I think
he had a 40-point game, and then after that, he was average.
Average, but I think he wasn't. Well, no, he was getting gassed up too. He was getting gassed up a lot. But I think Chris in general though, like, people are saying that he and like they're giving him a lot of the story. I think it's just because he hasn't won a ring. Mm-hmm. And it's like really a lot of that you can give to Devin Booker. Truthfully, like a lot of this coverage and a lot of stuff you can give. But I get it. But it's just a fact. Like even if it's an eye test versus analytics, it doesn't take anybody to like crunch a number to you watch the game and you can tell he wasn't like the savior. He wasn't. And so like for them to make a whole narrative that like he carried them on their back and he's the reason that they're at the finals and it's inspiring because he doesn't want a ring. It's just like I feel you and I'm like happy that you're there. And if this is how you want to win, like go for it. But we got to be honest. Like we got to be honest about the circumstances. Not looking great.
That's why I'm saying if they win a championship, cool. Do it next season. That's it. That's
a fact. I think we have nothing else to say, truthfully. I want to know what y'all think in the comments because I already know, I can guarantee there's going to be like, before they even listen to what we say, it's going to be, they're just hating on the Suns because whatever. And they don't even listen.
You said was never a lie.
Facts. And this is the first time
we ever
Clipper and Laker fan. Can you shake my hand? Hold on. Can you? Oh, yeah. Clipper and Laker fan.
This is how I look at it, right? If we were to lose to you guys, I'd be like, you know what? We lost. You know what I'm saying? Cool. I'm pretty sure y'all would feel the same way. At the end of the day, everybody thought that the Clippers were going to be the Lakers competition and vice versa. Cool. But there's just no way that y'all lose to the Suns with a healthy AD. First of all, when AD was out on the floor before he got injured, y'all were up by like, what, 7? Something like that? Y'all were up by a good amount. And he got hurt.
Yeah.
It was just like, do it next season. Go be the second season. That's what I'm saying. Do it next season. Because at the end of the day, they always say you're not a champion until you defend it. And if you're gonna go out, you got to go out fighting. So I promise.
Hey, can we give him like?
I'm telling you.
What?
I'm telling you. Watch. Next season is going to prove everything. I'm not even gonna lie. I told my friend the other day. I said, "This is the next season. We get the Battle of LA. Watch. Book it. The Battle of LA is this year. Book it. We get it." Because the Clippers have seen it, the Lakers have done it, and they've seen it, and we're going to get it. Watch.
We'll see, man.
It's not even going to be close. I'm booking it right now.
You're booking it.
I'm booking it. Because both teams are going to get better. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to do what y'all got to do. We're going to do what we got to do. We're going to have to fight. You know, it's going to be the Warriors. I feel like people are sleeping on the Warriors, but that's just me.
No. We know.
Yeah, that's going to be
about to be very scary for us.
Exactly. It's going to be tough, but I just don't see a team. I just don't see no team in the league that can beat the Lakers or the Clippers, excluding the Brooklyn Nets 4 out of 7 times. I just don't.
I feel you. I'm here with you. Okay, you try to push it at the end, but I get what you're saying, you know. And we're just gonna see. Literally, I like how you said that. Do it again next year. So
do it again next
year. We'll see. But thank you for hopping on. First off, you know, breaking your silence.
I definitely was checked out of basketball. You can go on my channel. I've been streaming, playing video games, even playing GTA, moving weight. You know what I mean?
Pause. Online, you have PS5, right? I mean, you have what?
PS5. You're on my friends list. You were on GTA one time. I put up in front of your house to try to kill you, but you didn't come outside.
You're lying.
I'm so serious.
I'd be on that game. Like all jokes, I really put up in
front of your house and I was just waiting on my game.
We got it. Okay. Another conversation. We gotta play.
Yeah.
Sure. That's like I be getting millions. It's like not a discussion.
GTA, that's that game, man.
I'm telling you. My garage full. I got 6 stories. I'm not playing. But anyway, look, we'll talk. But if y'all haven't checked out his channel, obviously link is, you know by now, but the link's in the description. Subscribe. He does gaming as well and stuff. So check him out. And first time Laker and Clipper fan is agreeing. This should break the internet. So yeah. But anyway,
Sun haters, but you know it is what it is. Do it next year. That's the hashtag. Do it next year.
Hashtag do it next year. Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
Exactly. You're right. You're not wrong. We will see y'all later. Let us know in the comments, like, what do you really think, truthfully? Because I know some of y'all with some sense, y'all do agree. You know what I mean? So let us know. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and we'll see y'all later.
Peace on the streets.